Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that I am officially live on YouTube tonight. I am super excited. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Today, I am going to give a whole walkthrough of grants. You're going to be able to talk to me, ask your questions, but this is going to be a full masterclass today on grants, how to use AI. We're just going to really talk about it all today. So, welcome, everybody. Glad to have y'all here. And I'm going to get on the chat to see who is tuning in live right now, and I can be there to ask some questions. So let me see. Hello, hello, welcome. I don't see anybody here. Ooh, there's one person here now. Yes, this is exciting. All right, hello, welcome one person in. I will test this out, see how it goes. Let me let my community know as well that I am live. I hope y'all are all having a good Monday night. All right. Oh, y'all see me? Y'all are here? All right. Let me announce in the community I'm live. Where are y'all calling in from? Where are y'all calling in from? Hi, Monica. Glad to have you here. You ready to talk some more about grants? Get the inside scoop. We're gonna talk about it all today. Yeah. All right. Great. Hello. Hi, Virginia. Welcome, welcome. I'm testing out something new tonight. Normally, we have this just in the school community. If you're not in the school community, definitely go there, as there's a lot to learn and a lot of insider access when it comes to grants. So, from Savannah, Georgia, nice, Virginia, and Chester, Virginia. Oh wow, we got a lot of people from the East Coast here. Okay, hi Daryl, welcome, welcome. I see your message. I am just gonna let the community know real quick that I am live, and we will go from there. All right. Nice, nice. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. Welcome, Monica. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Okay. I'm just going to send a quick message and then we'll be ready to go from here. Are y'all new to grants? Let me know in the comments. Are y'all new to grants? Relatively experienced? Have y'all started using AI? Where are y'all currently? Atlanta, okay. Have y'all started using AI to apply to grants yet? How's that been going? Atlanta, okay. All right, getting this message going. And feel free as I present and just share some more info about grants to ask any questions in the chat. You're new to grants, okay? Great. Monica says, yes, I'm new. Well, I'm going to tell you what I know about grants, give you a sneak peek. I wish I could just share all my knowledge with you, but as we spend some more time together and you watch more of my content here, as well as get mentored by me, more than happy to share what I know. Haven't used AI yet? Okay, well, it's time that you started using AI, as it will make a huge, huge difference when it comes to applying to grants. And so we definitely want to get your first grant going. Inside the community, inside the grant house, actually, there is a 30-minute apply to a grant challenge, which makes it easier than it's ever been before to get your first grant or to apply to your first grant. And I hope everybody's safe. All right. So let me get this presentation going and or get this class going so we can learn some more about grants and how to access them, how to apply, and hopefully how to secure some funding. When I secured my first grant, I was surprised, or I wasn't too surprised. I knew that there was a formula to follow. I followed it, and with the help of AI, I was able to win. So I'm excited to share more about how we can use AI to further support us and help us get that going. So let me start the recording. Okay, recording enabled, and then let me share my screen with you all. Okay, Daryl, have you used AI outside of the HelloSkip platform, Daryl, and went to like ChatGPT or another language learning model? Yes, I'm new. All right. Okay, well, I am super excited. So, grants is by far the best type of funding. Hopefully, y'all can see my screen. Can y'all see my screen? I'm sharing it. Here, let me see if I can reshare my screen. Do y'all see my screen? Let me see. Do y'all see my screen? Okay, there we go. Here we go. Grants 101, what they are, how to find them, and how AI changes the game. This will be a practical guide for founders, for anybody really who's looking to start a business and really make some more money, because that's truly where wealth is built, is through business ownership. And a grant is by far the best way to start the business as well as grow an existing business. So, no matter where you are on your journey, grants is truly a game changer and where it's at. And so, what is a grant? Ooh, moving too fast. A grant is money awarded to support a specific purpose, and it does not have to be paid back. Unlike loans or equity investments, grants are designed to fuel your vision without adding debt or diluting ownership. So you don't have to pay back any money. You don't have to pay back any interest. You don't have to worry about giving away a percentage of your company. When you win a grant, you get to keep all that money. That money is yours to use to grow your business. And so I'm going to talk a little bit later about how you can spend the grant funds, but that is money that you have a lot of freedom and flexibility when it comes to how you spend it in your business, depending on the type of grant you get. But you don't have to worry about getting into high debt. You don't have to worry about whether you can pay it off. You just, there's so much. Winning a grant is so freeing for you and your business, and it gives so much more peace of mind. And so, no interest, no payback schedule. You can also get it from multiple sources. You can get it from the government, you can get it from corporations, nonprofits, and foundations. And so I have a grant. I have $1,000 that I personally give away every 6 months through my business. And so, at a small scale or at the scale of my business, and larger scale companies like Amazon and Walmart, they give out grants just the same. And so I just recorded a video talking about organizations that give out grants every 90 days. And so there are organizations that give out grants every month. There are organizations that give out grants every 90 days and every year. And so there's a lot of opportunity out there. And so I don't want funding to be the issue that stops you from building the business and life of your dreams. And so there are opportunities out there. It's just about grabbing it, taking a hold of it, and saying, like, I'm going to make this a possibility and make this come true. And so what's most important when it comes to grants is being purpose driven. You they help you. They will help you move your business and grow your business because you're about carrying along your mission. Okay. And so organizations want to support growth, innovation, and community impact. Those are three really big focuses. And so if you support the community through your business, you have a much higher chance of winning a grant. And so no matter what type of business you have, if you have a hair salon, if you have a barber shop, if you own a food truck, there are multiple ways that you can then incorporate into your business or projects you can add to your business to support the community. So the hairstylist, she can lead free or discounted classes within the community, teaching people how to make additional income. The food truck driver, they can teach a local healthy food class to the kids in the community. And so it's about being unique and innovative in the way that you support and give back to the other people that support your business or your community. And so I want you to think of grants as fuel, not debt. All right, let's keep it going. So what grants are not? Let's be clear. The most common myths that prevent funders from getting started is that grants are loans. And so one more time, you don't have to pay a grant back. It's like, think of it as a gift, not a debt obligation. And so with a grant, you really, really want to use it very wisely within your business. Also, it's not credit-based. Too much funding out there right now, especially for business owners, want you to have really good credit, whether that's on the business side or the personal side. When it comes to grants, they don't care about any of that. And so that's what makes grant fund that much better, is that you don't need a perfect credit score. You do not. In addition, grants are for-profit businesses as well. So if you are watching me now and you have a for-profit business that you just started or you've had it for a few years, there are grants available for your business. And so I don't want you to lose hope and think that there aren't grants out there for you. There is a grant out there for you. And I'm here to support you. And I want you to use AI to make it that much easier to find the right grant for your business. And so you don't need to have a perfect business when it comes to grants. Many grants are designed for momentum, businesses that are about 3 to 5 years in business, as well as businesses that are just getting started. And so they're not wanting perfection, but they are wanting clarity of purpose and mission. And so early stage founders, as well as existing businesses, are welcome to grants. All right. Now, who can apply for grants? Grants exist for more people than most founders realize. If you're building something meaningful, there's likely a grant program designed for you specifically. So small business owners that have traditional retail, service, or product-based businesses can apply to grants. Creators, so if you're creating content on social media, on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, there are grants available for you, as well as solopreneurs. So artists, consultants, freelancers, anybody building a business or idea, there is opportunity out there for you. Women-owned entrepreneurs, women-owned entrepreneurs. And so there is dedicated funding for you as well. Black and minority-owned businesses, programs specifically tailored toward underrepresented communities and founders. And so while the landscape of grants has changed with the current administration, there are still plenty of grant opportunities, especially from corporate organizations. And so sometimes you have to think more on the corporate side than on the government side when looking for grants. And so there is a strategy when it comes to that. In addition, if you have a startup or side hustle, there are also businesses for you, or there are also grants for you, as it is time when you're ready to make your side hustle legit with a business, because more and more opportunities and doors will open up to you. Also, there are grant opportunities for international founders. And so there are select programs. I will say one of them is the Amazing Grant Foundation, or the Awesome Grant Foundation. That's truly $1,000 to anybody from anywhere across the world. You do have the opportunity to apply for their grant or start a chapter and get a grant going. And so the Awesome Foundation is a great grant that you can get as well, that anybody around the world has the opportunity to get. And so there's no single grant-ready profile, only alignment between your mission and the funder's goals. And when I say profile, they're not looking for one specific type of person. they're looking for alignment between you and their mission, as well as you being ready for that opportunity. And so when I chose my $1,000 winner, I wasn't looking for a specific person. I truly was seeing who clearly was able to communicate their vision, stress the gap in the market that they were feeling, and then saying how the $1,000 grant would truly change their business and their life. And so that's where the key is, the clarity, the detailed breakdown of the grant funds, and being able to then communicate that in their writing. All right, any questions? Do y'all have any questions in the chat? All right, so why getting grant ready comes first. I know that this isn't the easiest thing for everybody, but I want to recommend and suggest that you get grant ready as much as you can. And so when I say grant ready, there are a few steps that you want to do. And so if you want to access all of these steps in one place, you can get my free business grant checklist. But I'm going to cover it real quick here so that you know the exact steps that you need to take to set yourself up for success. Because I don't want you to just go to a grant, think that you have everything together, and then they wind up rejecting you. And so I really want to break down the steps that you want to do to set yourself up for success, for the highest likelihood of winning the grant. And to answer your question, it's the Awesome Grant Foundation, the awesome, not amazing, awesome. I said amazing, it's awesome. All right, so 10 steps to getting grant ready. You first want to write a simple business plan. This will include your mission, your goals, your target market, and funding plan in a clear one-page document, right? And so you can have a more complex business plan that you use for funding or for use with the banks, but having a simple one-page plan makes it that much easier when you go to apply to grants. And so you do want to have just a simple business plan that you can clearly go to so that you have a clear understanding of you and your business when you go to fill out this grant application. You also want to have a business phone number as it looks more professional, right? And so I would recommend you try to get as much of these steps done. I know that some of these steps are more difficult than others, but the more you do, the better off you look to the grant judges. And I want you to have the highest possibility, the greatest chance of taking home this money, because truly it's life-changing. There's grants up to $1 million, and I'll share with that a little bit later at the end, but there's $1 million grant that's been given out at least for the past 3 or 4 years to a business owner. One business owner has won $1 million. And other business owners within this one program have won $50,000, $30,000, $20,000, which is truly, imagine if you won $1 million. What all could you do with that? How would that change your business and your life? All right, so step 3, create a professional business email. And so now with Hostinger, you can literally get this set up for less than $3 a month. I have a full step-by-step tutorial on my YouTube channel walking you through how to create a professional business email. And it can take you less than 10 minutes to get this set up. And so with a professional business email, you look more professional. You look more legit. People take you more seriously. And so I get emails every single day from different companies and brands. I put more emphasis and I recognize more the emails that are branded because I think they're more credible, right? Because now in the day where more and more there are more opportunities to get scammed or to have something negative happen. You want to look as professional as possible so that people will take you seriously and hold more weight to your business. And so I highly recommend that you get a professional business email. Some of the aliases that you can get, or I recommend, is hello at yourbusiness.com, info at yourbusiness.com, as well as support at yourbusiness.com. The next step I would recommend is to build a website. And so I know that this one can be rough. You can pay a ton of money to get one built, or you can go on the more affordable route, and getting one that matches your vision can be difficult. But the more you have a legitimate presence, the better off you'll be. And so if you want to go very simple with it, you can create a free website on Canva. And Canva websites are really, really nice looking. You can also create a free website on Card and Fourth Wall. And so I highly recommend these platforms. Each one of these, I'm actually revamping a website and creating one on Fourth Wall to launch very soon. And so I highly recommend those platforms. You also got Shopify. If you sell e-commerce products or you want to sell digital products, Shopify is a great platform. I would say it's more advanced, but there's a lot of features there that really do help and support you in growing your business. And so a benefit with having a professional business website is that it's more credible to the funders and that it will help verify you and your business. The fifth step you want to do is secure a professional business address. A business address. And so when people look up your business, do they see your home? Do they see your home? And in this day and age, security and privacy are more important than ever. And so I personally use Alliance Virtual, and I recommend Alliance Virtual. I know there's some other ones like Opus and DaVinci, and I've heard some good things about those. But I would recommend that you get a virtual office, as it will cost you anywhere between $50 to $100. But you get access to a legit office building, which would normally cost you about $2,000 a month. But for like $50 a month, you can still access that. So you're saving so much more money with a virtual office. So highly, highly recommend that you get that set up. All right, let's move on. So the sixth step, or the first step, continue, legal business entity. Having an LLC or a corporation just sets you apart from the other businesses. Then you want to get an EIN, an employer identification number. You can get this completely free from the IRS. And so whether you have an LLC or not, I would recommend you get an EIN, because that separates you from your business when it comes to the identifier. Because if you don't get an EIN, you'll be using your social. So we want to get more legit. We want to separate ourselves from our business, right? And so an EIN and a business checking account are two really big ways you can do that. Which brings me to the next step, a business checking account. And I highly, highly recommend that you can get set up with Bluevine, which has really good high interest when it comes to their savings account or their checking account. I believe they offer up to 3%. So for money just sitting in your checking account, you can get paid at the end of every month. Also, Relay is a really good online banking platform, and they have a separate savings account where you can, again, get paid every single month just for the money sitting in that account. So I'd highly, highly recommend that you get set up with a separate bank account than the one you use for personal matters. Then you want to get any licenses. And so there's a minority license, there's a veteran license or certificate that you can get. And so I talk about it a ton more within my community or within the grant house. So if you're not a part of that, I do recommend that you get connected, and I'll have more information in the description of this video for that. In addition, you want a business social media page. And so I highly, highly recommend that you get an Instagram account. And so I personally know what happens when you have a virtual address, but your bank requires your home address, not the virtual address? Yes, sometimes that does happen. I got a quick question. I'm taking questions. So sometimes the bank will require you to use your home address. In that specific case, I would use your home address. But when it comes to LLC documents, you want to use your virtual address, as that protects your privacy. You also want to use a virtual office when it comes to your email marketing campaigns, because at the end of every email you send, it asks for your address, your business address. And so any public facing marketing materials or anything like that, you want to include your virtual office. And if the bank requires you to use your home address, then that's different. That's more private. But if it's public facing, access to customers, anything like that, you want to use your virtual address. And so then for the last step, you want to have an Instagram account. Out of all the social media pages, I've seen more and more grants ask for your Instagram account. And so if you don't have that set up, I would recommend you set that up. I'm personally working on that myself. But I would really, really recommend you set that up, as that's what they ask for. All right. So one, where grants come from. If you're having a hard time finding grants, there are some amazing sources that I want to tell you about. So when it comes to government agencies, you can find it from at the state, local, as well as the federal level, right? And so the most common government grants, I believe, is the SBRT. Actually, I'm not going to say the acronym, but we'll talk about it later. But there are some really good government grants on technological research. And then we have corporate grants. This is my area of expertise. This is where I share the most with my community, is on corporate grants, because there's truly so much opportunity here, and it doesn't take too much time and effort to get the application submitted. Most of the corporate grants take anywhere between 5 minutes to an hour of your time, and can truly be the game changer you really need. Oh no, Daryl, what's going on with you? Okay, let me keep it going. Okay, so company-sponsored initiatives supporting entrepreneurs and community impact is what corporate grants focus on. And then we have foundation and nonprofit organizations. I just mentioned the Awesome Foundation. In addition, there is the Amber Grant for Women Foundation, which is really good. And they offer 3 grants every single month to women-owned entrepreneurs. So you do really want to tap into corporations as well as foundations when finding grant opportunities. Then we have community and industry organizations. So you can find grants from local chambers, trade associations, and sector-specific grants. And so there are many places that you can access grants to really fund your business and take it to the next level. And so some really good grant databases and directories for grants is grants.gov, Foundation Directory, and GrantWatch. When it comes to grant lists and newsletters, there's really, really good opportunities there. There's a grant list called Grants for Creators that offers very good information. There's Capital Club, that's a great newsletter as well. And then we have community curated resources. I highly, highly recommend you join the Grant House if you're not a part of the Grant House already. That is my dedicated private community where I have access to business funding, a business funding course, a business LLC formation course completely for free inside of this community. And so I highly, highly recommend you join the Grant House. In addition, social media creators. So there's Coach K, there is a couple of other grant creators that offer grant opportunities and that share grants. There's a question mark guy. There's so many people that really do want to support and move you forward when it comes to finding grant opportunities. Thank you, Dara. I'm glad that you like the Grant House. And yes, we got to get the IG account going. We got to get it going. So when it comes to AI, you want to use specific LLM models and specific research models for your needs, right? And so this is where your grant application can really stand out from the others. You don't have to do everything on your own. You can use AI to really make yourself stand out. And so when it comes to AI, I would say the biggest piece that is missing right now, or that you're missing when it comes to improving your grant writing, is using AI to harshly critique your responses. You want to tell AI to be savage, to be mean, or not too mean, but be very direct in making sure that they help you, or that the ChatGPT or whatever chatbot that you use really helps you improve it. And so this is where the ideas and writing comes in. And so ChatGPT is really good for ideas and positioning your business. What is your business doing? Why is your business created, and who are you helping? And so if you're in that idea stage and you're trying to get clarity, ChatGPT is really good for that. And then we have Perplexity for research. And so the grant applications that really stand out are the ones that include percentages, right? And so you want to stress the need that your business helps solve. And so if you help with feeding the hungry people, if you help with let's say the homeless population. If you help with the unhoused population, you can stress the need. How many people within your community or area are unhoused? Is it 20%, 30%? The more you can add percentages and statistics and numbers to your writing, the better off it will be. And so Perplexity can really help you get those percentages that you need to really make your grant application stand out. And then we have Claude. If you want to use AI as your grant writer, Claude is really going to stand out. And so you might work in ChatGPT first, but to really add in your voice, add in some personalization, you want to use Claude, as that really is the best, I would say, LLM model for writing, as it truly does do a great job of adding in your own personality and not making it sound like generic AI content. And so AI helps you generate grant-ready business ideas and positioning, research eligibility requirements faster than manual searching, break down confusing application requirements into clear steps, as well as draft strong, compelling applications that match funder language. And so now I'm going to take a moment to answer some questions, and then I'll walk you through some strategies that you can use AI and share with you 2 advanced ChatGPT prompts that are going to do a lot of the work for you in improving your grant writing. So let me know in the chat if y'all are ready for that. All right. Let me get that going. Yes, to the Grant House. Yes, I'm glad to see y'all here. Yes, the Grant House is wonderful. Noted, Claude for grants. Yes, Daryl. Do you have any questions for me? All right. Any questions y'all got there? Let me know if y'all got any questions. Right. Let me pull up these prompts. And again, thank y'all for being with me this Monday night. How's y'all's Monday going? Let's get it ready. You ready? Okay. All ready to win some grants? Yes. Yes. Yes, let's get ready. Let's have these opportunities come to us and be willing to accept and embrace the grants that are on the way for us and for our businesses. All right. Let me open this up. All right. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Ready to win my first grant. Oh, that's great, Binti. That's great. That's great. Yes, you can most definitely win your first grant. Where are you from? Let me know in the comments, where are y'all from, so I can know what kind of grants to keep a lookout for. Let me know where y'all are from. All right. Ready to win some grants? Yes. All right. Atlanta. Okay. Good to know. Okay. Here we go. Texas. All right. Yes, we got some Texas people in the house. Welcome. Ready to win my first grant as well. I'm from Texas. Yes, Daryl. All right. Never heard of Plot or Perplexity. Yes. Well, I can walk you through and show you that in a moment. Let me and I'll show you what those look like. Inside the community, actually, I shared Perplexity was offering 1 free year of services, which is truly amazing. So definitely want to, if you haven't joined the Grant House, I'd recommend you join, as I share special offers, special discounts that I come across that happen fairly quickly. So I don't have all the time I can always share it to my YouTube community. So I would recommend that you join that grant house. All right. So it's May from Grant House, Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes, Shreveport, Louisiana. Welcome, welcome. All right. So let me update my screen. New share. Window. All right. All right. Let me know if y'all can see my chat GPT window. Okay. Lisa Jones from the Grant House, McKinney, Texas. Hey, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. Yes, you just won your first grant. Yes. My computer is not working a little bit. Here we go. Let's see. All right. Okay. Okay, here we are in Chat GPT, which is great. My computer or my computer is going a little bit slower, so be gentle with me, be kind and patient with me. All right, so we have a video prompt and a grant reviewer prompt. And so if you did not know, AI can now review your videos. They can review your videos, which is truly amazing. So if you if you want to record a video or you want to practice your pitch, if you're in a pitch competition, you can then record it and then upload it into ChatGPT or Gemini, and it will review it for you and tell you how you can improve it. Right? See, you see it? All right. So a video, a grant reviewer prompt, right? So you are an experienced grant reviewer, business evaluator, and storytelling strategist with over 10 years of experience short form founder narratives for competitive grants. And so this is just the beginning of the detailed prompt, but you want to put this into ChatGPT to then have it review your grant application. And then you want to put this above prompt right here to have it review your video. And so all of these prompts, I link it to this video in the description, but these are advanced prompts that you can then use to help you with grants. I also have some custom GPTs, which will be launching very soon. I'm really excited about it, as there's going to be a lot of new solutions coming very, very soon to support you when it comes to applying to grants. And so when it comes to prompting, though, within ChatGPT, we have different levels. And so if you are just starting off, if you have any questions about grants, like how do I make my grant stand out? So any question you have, you can ask ChatGPT and it can then give you an answer. But this is more on a beginner level, right? So the beginner level of prompting with ChatGPT is asking it general questions, but it still can help. Whereas the advanced level is asking it very detailed prompts that tell it who to act as well as specifically what we need it to do. And so there's different levels of prompting, but no matter where you are, it can still be helpful to you on your grant journey, right? And so you want to write like a human, not a brochure, right? That's how you truly make your grant stand out. That's good advice. And so in general, ChatGPT can give you good advice to get started. And the more you tell it about you and your business, the more clarity you'll get. Where will you send us the prompts? Yes, so these two prompts will be within the grant house. I can also link in the description of this video. Because you're here today, I can link it in the description below. So this will be a special special gift that I have here that I will link below. And so you really want to make sure that you use ChatGPT and you use these resources to support you as you write these grant applications. And so some of the common questions I get asked is how to apply to a grant. So I'm going to hop over to the Galaxy of Stars grant, and I'm going to show you how easy that application is. And then I'll show you my grant as well and kind of walk you through some tips that I have for applying, right? To really make your application stand out. Have any of y'all applied to the Galaxy of Stars grant yet? Have y'all got access to that grant? All right, so here we go. Will you send us the prompts? Yes, Monica, you'll be able to access the prompts in the description. Where do we get grant application reviewer prompts? Yes, I have a full set of 200 plus ChatGPT grant writing prompts that you will be able to access very soon. I'm going to launch it with my new digital product at the beginning of February. At the beginning of February, you can access all of those prompts together. So keep a lookout on that. I'm very, very excited about the launch as that is coming up very, very soon. But for the 2 master prompts, I will share it in the description of this video. And so here we have the Galaxy of Stars grant. Right now, they are running 2 programs. For every week in January, they are giving away a $1,000 grant. So I would recommend that you do apply to this grant. The deadline to enter is January 30th. So that one's coming up really, really quick. I believe that's Friday. So you want to get that application in. And then we have the Galaxy of Stars $25,000 grant that they're running as well. And so the Galaxy of Stars offers a ton of benefits, and their application is very simple and straightforward. And so if you want to look at what it takes for this application, I'll walk you through it real quick. And so they ask for your name, your email, your zip code, as well as your gender, and then they say who referred you. So this is like one of the by far simplest applications that you'll find, right? Very straightforward, easy to do. You don't need an expensive grant writer for this, right? And so where using AI can really come in and make a huge difference is for a grant like mine, the Business Freedom Grant, right? And so what I really break down in this grant here, or what I ask here, is for clarity around your business idea and purpose. And so if you look here at my grant, I have here some short response questions. And so are y'all following me? I have some short response questions here. Great. Okay, it looks like it loaded. And so I have 4 questions here that I ask. It says, briefly describe your business idea or the business you are building. What problem does it solve? And what will you offer? 200 words, 250 words max. And so some really key information that you want to look out for is the word count. In your applications, you don't want to go over the designated word amount that they give you. In addition, you want to make sure you answer the questions in its entirety. So that's where ChatGPT comes in. You can write up your response in a Google Doc, which I recommend you write there first. And then once you respond to your question, then you can put it into ChatGPT and say, hey, how well do you think I responded to this question? And then it can give you feedback, right? I lost the chat, had to refresh the page. Okay, Daryl. And then it says, who does your business help and how will it make your life better, or how will it make their life better? And so it's very important for you to stress community impact in your application and how you are bettering your community. And so that truly will help your application stand out. And then we have, if selected, how would you use the $1,000 grant to move your business forward in the next 90 days? And so what's really important and what grant funders, including myself, really want to see is a clear breakdown of grant fund. And so in an application, you don't want to just say you're going to spend $1,000 on marketing. You really want to break it down as best you can. So you can say, I'm going to use $500 on Facebook ads, which will promote my new product. Then I'm going to use $300 on YouTube ads. And then the last $300 or $200 you'll use on TikTok ads for a specific reason. And so the more clarity you have with how you plan on using the grant funds, the more your application truly does stand out. And then we have, what is one concrete step you've already taken towards this business? Example, research, creating content. And so what grant judges really want to see is that you put in some action, and you really do want to make this business a reality. And so this right here is an example of a medium level grant, right? In terms of difficulty, I would personally say it's pretty easy, but it's not as easy as the Galaxy of Stars grant. And so typically speaking, as you go about finding the best grant for you, you want to look at the grants that are aligned with your mission and your vision. You also want to look for grants that are worth it to you, right? And so if you feel like $1,000 could really support your business, then dedicate that time. If you feel like $500 would really support, then dedicate that time. But at the same time, grants just aren't about the money. There's a ton of other opportunities that you can get with grants. You can get access to mentorship. You can get access to coaching. And so there's a ton more benefits with grants than just the cash. And so if you really compare it to loans and business credit, there really isn't any comparison, because there's so much more that you're getting with a grant that can really then help you take your business to the next level. And so no matter who you are, what background you have, what country you live in, there is a grant opportunity out there and available to you. And you can really use AI to assist you and make the process of applying 10 times easier. And so I will be launching some custom GPTs as well as some more support on my end to make the process that much easier for you to use AI. But AI is also there for you to use. And so I would highly recommend that you tap in to that power to really help you take your grant applications to the next level. You were trying to read the little prompt writing. All right. Yes, I already applied to the grant a few days ago. Nice, Daryl. Nice. So is there any questions for me? Do y'all have any additional questions for me? I'm about to wrap up shortly. I just wanted to know and answer any questions you may have so that you can feel more confident about applying to grants. And nice, Daryl. Nice for already applying. Will you send us some prompts? Yep, I already answered that. All right. Well, I'm glad, May and Lisa, I'm glad y'all were able to be here. It's been amazing having y'all on this call. And welcome, everybody. I saw some Florida. I saw some Texas in the house. All right. Well, it looks like, feel free to ask y'all's questions. We got a few more minutes. We got a few more minutes going. Right. All right. Okay. I want an AI agent like Hello Skips for all my grant applications. Will yours be like that? All right. So just to clarify, is the AI agent just filling out grant applications for you, or is it going out and applying to grants? And so I should have something very similar. And so I'll let you know once I do some additional research, but it should work very similar, if not better. So I'll do some research and let you know, Daryl, from there. Yes, May, you can get my assistance inside the grant house. Yes. And I can also, I'll leave a link in the description on how you can set up a one-on-one meeting with me. I think that'll be best. I'll leave a description on how you can set up a one-on-one call with me so I can help you with your grant application. Yes, Sinead, ChatGPT is so helpful. All right. Well, perfect. Okay. Well, I will the rest of y'all's evening. Thank y'all so much for being here with me today. And I will say goodbye, and I'll see y'all in the grant house.